Hey everyone, welcome back to American Car Legends, the channel where horsepower meets heritage. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting revivals in modern muscle history, the 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle Super Sport. Yeah, you heard that right, the Chevelle is back. And it's not just another nostalgia badge. This thing is a full-blown, tire-shredding, V8 powered statement that Chevrolet built for one reason only: to remind everyone who invented the muscle car game. Asterisk, when Chevy first hinted that the Chevelle name might return, fans went crazy. This is the car that dominated drag strips and drive-ins back in the late 60s and early 70s, the era when horsepower was king. Now, in 2026, the Chevelle Super Sport brings that same old-school soul, but wrapped in a completely modern package. It's aggressive, loud, and unapologetically American. Asterisk, let's start with the exterior. Because honestly, this car demands attention even before you hit the start button. The 2026 Chevelle SS combines retro cues with futuristic sharpness. The front fascia is bold and muscular, featuring a split grille design reminiscent of the 1970 Chevelle, but updated with laser-cut LED lighting that stretches across the width of the car. The hood bulges upward with twin heat extractors, not just for show, but for cooling that big block of power underneath. Down the sides, you've got those wide haunches, flared fenders, and a stance that says, "Don't even think about pulling up next to me." Out back, the quad taillights pay homage to the classic design while the massive dual exhausts rumble like distant thunder. Every inch of this car screams heritage. But the aerodynamics, carbon fiber accents, and 21-inch forged wheels remind you this is 2026, not 1970. Asterisk, pop the hood. And that's where the real legend begins. The 2026 Chevelle Super Sport comes with two insane powertrain options. The base version houses a 6.6-liter LT7 V8 engine pushing out 600 horsepower. But the SSX package takes things into hypercar territory with a 7.4-liter twin-turbo V8 producing a staggering 850 horsepower and 780 pound-feet of torque. All of that fury goes to the rear wheels through a Tremec 8-speed manual or an optional dual clutch automatic that shifts faster than you can blink. Chevy says 0 to 60 happens in just 2.9 seconds, making it the quickest Chevelle ever built. And unlike some electric competitors, this thing doesn't whisper, it roars. The exhaust note is pure. Mechanical aggression, a reminder that the muscle car spirit is still alive and kicking. Asterisk, now, handling is where the new Chevelle really surprises people. Chevy didn't just make it fast in a straight line. They made it agile. The car sits on a revised Alpha 2 platform, the same foundation that underpins the Camaro ZL1, but it's been beefed up with adaptive magnetic ride suspension, a carbon drive shaft, and a near-perfect 51/49 weight distribution. On twisty back roads, it feels sharp, responsive, and far more planted than any old-school muscle car could ever dream of being. The steering is direct, the brakes, massive Brembo carbon ceramics, bite hard, and even with all that power, it stays composed. Chevy really blended brute force with finesse here. Asterisk, slide inside, and the interior is just as impressive. The cabin mixes retro design touches, like the twin cowl dashboard and circular gauge pods, with cutting-edge tech. The materials are top-notch: brushed aluminum, Alcantara, and hand-stitched leather in deep red and black color schemes. The 14-inch curved digital cluster seamlessly blends classic dials with modern animation. There's also a secondary 12-inch touchscreen for infotainment with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a built-in performance telemetry suite. The flat-bottom steering wheel has integrated drive mode controls, everything from comfort to Track Plus, and the Recaro Sport seats hug you like you're in a fighter jet. You even get ambient lighting that pulses in sync with the engine's revs. It's that kind of attention to detail that makes this car feel special. Asterisk, now let's talk about pricing. The 2026 Chevelle SS starts at around $68,000, which is right in line with the Camaro ZL1 and Dodge Challenger Hellcat. But if you want the full SSX performance model, you're looking at $96,000 to $100,000, depending on options. That's still a steal considering the kind of power, heritage, and craftsmanship you're getting. Plus, Chevy's offering a limited Heritage Edition with custom paint inspired by the original 1970 Chevelle color palette Cranberry Reed, Misty Turquoise and Shadow Gray, complete with white racing stripes and serialized plaques. Only 1,970 of those will be made. And you can bet collectors are already fighting for them. Asterisk on the tech and safety front, Chevrolet loaded this car with everything modern drivers expect. You've got adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and a full 360-degree camera setup. But the most interesting part is the driver mode AI, which learns your driving style over time and adjusts throttle mapping, suspension stiffness, and transmission response to match how you drive. It's basically like having your own personal race engineer built into the car, asterisk of course. There's also the debate, is this a pure muscle car or has it gone too high-tech? Purists might miss the raw simplicity of the original Chevelle SS, but after spending time with this 2026 model, it's clear Chevy struck the right balance. It's still loud, powerful, and unapologetically American, but it's refined, smart, and capable of handling modern demands. You can daily drive it comfortably, and when you hit that red start button, it turns into a monster. Asterisk performance numbers aside. What really makes the 2026 Chevelle Super Sport special is what it represents. In an era where electric and hybrid vehicles are taking over, this car stands as a love letter to internal combustion, a bold reminder that passion, noise, and muscle aren't going anywhere without a fight. It's the spiritual successor not just to the old Chevelle, but to every American muscle car that ever made your heart race. It's built for people who still believe in the sound of a V8 echoing down an empty highway at midnight. Asterisk the verdict. The 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle Super Sport isn't just a car, it's a time machine with twin turbos. It bridges generations, capturing the soul of the 70s and fusing it with the precision of modern engineering. Whether you grew up dreaming about the original or you're just discovering the legend for the first time, this machine will leave a mark on your heart and a trail of rubber on the road. Asterisk. So what do you think, legends? Has Chevy nailed the return of the Chevelle? Would you take this over a Challenger Demon or a Mustang Dark Horse? Let me know in the comments below. Asterisk. That's it for today's deep dive into the reborn 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle Super Sport. If you love this review, smash that like button, share it with your fellow gearheads, and don't forget to subscribe to American Car Legends for more stories of horsepower, history, and pure American muscle. Until next time, keep it loud, keep it proud, and keep it legendary.